Hi everybody, it's been a long time. I'm so sorry. A lot of you would have noticed that I missed an October update video, and I have three reasons for that. One was October was a really horrible month, basically. A lot of things went wrong and I just wasn't in the frame of mind of getting in front of the video and doing my WIP update. So that was reason one. Reason number two, I did manage to do my finishes videos, two massively long videos that so many of you watched and commented on, and I really want to thank you so much for all your beautiful comments. You guys are amazing. Just love reading them all, and there are still quite a few comments there that I haven't gotten around to, and I'm aware of you all, so I will get back to you as soon as possible. And that leads to, those two videos also bit me out a little bit. That they took a lot of planning, a lot of video time, and an awful lot of editing. So I was really burnt out by those, which has also led to me not doing my October WIP update video. And the last reason is work has increased for us. One of our businesses is fairly quiet around this time of the year. The other one, being children's products, is really busy. So I've increased my work hours, helping out my husband more down at the workshop, and just been absolutely buggered each night. But of course I haven't stopped stitching. In fact, anyone that follows me on Instagram would realize that stitching has actually increased. So videos have slowed down, but stitching has increased, and that's how I deal with stress. I stitch. So please forgive me for missing out on that month. Because of that, this is going to be a really long video. So those of you that say you love long videos, well, this is going to be a good test, because it's my project cards that you know that I write for everything that I stitch, and I'm using these today to help me go through all my finishes to show you, and just to give you an idea for October and November. There's been a lot of work going on. So I've written it down. For October, I had 6 new starts, 6 finishes, and 2 FFO'S. And for November, I had 7 new starts, 9 finishes, and 11 FFO'S. Just looking at that now is mind-boggling. Not sure how I've managed to do that. Actually, I am sure. I didn't stitch on my Heaven and Earth designs at all for 2 months, and I was stitching cards instead, so that facilitated a lot more finishes. So to date I have 42 finishes which are cross-stitch related, 5 other stitching finishes which aren't cross-stitch, but I'm going to include them because they're still stitching. And FFO'S, I have, if you include the other thing that I'm talking about, which I'm going to mention later, 37 FFO'S currently to date. So what I find interesting, around June of this year, I was looking at all the finishes I had currently made and decided to work out what I wanted to have finished by the end of the year, and I put in a predicted amount of finishes for the year. And even when I wrote it, I didn't believe it. There's no way that's going to happen. But I predicted for 40 finishes for the year. And as I said, I looked at that. Nah, that's not going to happen. And yeah, it's happened. It's happened past that. And we're not even at the end of December yet. So, but that's the cards. You know, the cards are small. They're easy to stitch. But it's still stitching. Still a finish. And in fact, I'm even going to go beyond now and say, based on what I have done now, my predicted finishes for the year will be over 50, hopefully. And FFO'S will be around 45, possibly more, depending on how many more cards I get stitched. So it's really exciting. So anyway, let's get on with the normal stuff. Today I have lots of finishes and FFO'S to show you. I have my WIPs, which some you'll see some progress on, some you won't. Some beautiful RAKs. I got 4 gifts in the last 2 months from some beautiful ladies who I'd like to thank personally. lots of stash. The stash was acquired because my wedding anniversary was in November, and we went out and had a great time, went to the casino, which is something we don't normally do, and I had a big win, and it was awesome. And not only did it pay for our entire night out, but it's paid for quite a bit of stash, which is all good. I was going to talk about my plans for 2016 in this video as well. I've decided to leave that till the next video because I have an order from 123 Stitch that I'm waiting on, and I'd rather show you what I'm planning on stitching than just talk about it. So we'll leave that one for later. I'm going to talk about what else I'm doing stitching wise for December, and a new obsession for me. A very dear friend has shown me something very exciting that I want to show all of you, in the hope that some of you might like it as well, but I'm completely obsessed with this new stitching thing. So if you're interested in that, you're going to have to hang on till the end. Okay, let's get started. Now the first, a couple of the finishes that I'm going to show you, you will have seen in my Flossiversary videos where I showed all my finishes. There were a couple of things that I showed in there that I have not officially shown in my normal update videos. So for the purposes of anyone that hasn't seen those videos, I'm going to show them here because they do need to be officially shown as a finish. The first one I don't have in my possession. It is a wedding card, my very first ever wedding card that I stitched for our wonderful, beautiful stitching friend Emily and her girlfriend. And I stitched this back in 28th of June and I finished it on the 5th of July. I'm going to insert a picture here. So this is a gorgeous card by Joan Elliott called With Love Be Blessed. And I stitched this on 28 count antique white cashel linen. And I'm not a fan, I've said this before, not a fan of using cashel linen in cards. And in future cards I will be putting the iron-on interfacing on the back to stiffen it up a little bit. But anyway, this was stitched 2/2 using DMC and lots of beads. Lots and lots of beads, which I'm pretty sure is the first time I've used beads on a card as well. And I finished that on the 15th of July and got there before Emily's wedding, and it was a joint gift from a couple of other stitchers and myself. So I know she really, really enjoyed her gift from us, as did her girlfriend, because they both love stitching. Oh, sorry, not her girlfriend, her wife now. Sorry, Emily. They both love stitching, so it was a pleasure to make that. So next on the finishing list, this is an FFO, because you've actually seen the finish, was September Cottage. So I finished this into a no-sew cube on the 11th of October. And there it is there. I still love all these cottages, I really, really do. So for this one, I managed to find some lovely green and apple material and a darker green ribbon and red around the side, just to show off those apples and the pretty colours in that design. And just a bow at the top. I need to work on my bows. I'm not completely happy with all of them. They're okay, but seeing as these are just for me, they're okay. So that's that one. So I'm really going to go through these as quickly as I can, guys, because I don't want this to be a 3-hour-long video. Okay, next one, I also don't have this to show. This is Baby Birth Sampler. It is now finished. You saw this in my September update video as a work in progress. So I finished this on the 4th of October. It took me a total of 13 days and nearly 43 hours to stitch. I'll insert a picture here. So here it is all framed up. I framed it on the 7th of November, which was the day of the party. Mad rush at the time. So I did actually lace this onto some mat board, and I purchased a frame from a shop, which I just loved. It's a real antique-y looking frame, and I felt the colours really made the sepia design pop. So this was stitched 2/2 full crosses. This was a kit by Vervaco, but I did not use the Ada fabric that was included in the kit. I actually changed it out for 32 count ivory Lugana, and really love this design. It's so quick to stitch, so beautiful. I personalised it, which you can't fully see for the purposes of privacy, but it has my niece's name using the font in the kit, but I did change the font for the date and the weight. So said that was received on the day of the party, and they loved it. Okay, so next one I'm pretty sure you've all seen, because not only was it in the finishing all the finishes video, I actually did a specific video on this one. This is Celtic Autumn by Lavender and Lace. I'll just show it quickly again, because just to say it is finished. Here she is here. Still rolled up. I'm going to wait till 2016 to have her framed, so I can decide exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to go into it all, but I'll just say that it was 28 count mushroom Lagana, 30 days of stitching, and just over 152 hours of stitching alone, and nearly 20 hours of beading. So it goes to show how much beading was in that design. So, and I will be doing another Lavender and Lace Celtic lady next year, hopefully in a stitch along with the lovely Claire Pyrex stitches. Okay, so next finish is October Cottage, which was started on the 1st of October, finished on the 19th of October, and I turned it into a cube on the 25th of October. And here it is here. And October's my birth month, so I was really happy to stitch this, even though it is a white house, and I don't really like white, but I'm getting better with it. I'm finding when you wash your finished projects, the white looks so much better afterwards as well. It fluffs it up. So this one I purchased some Halloween fabric, because October's Halloween. I've never done a Halloween stitch before, so this became my first official Halloween project. And lovely Halloween ribbon there. So again, 28 count lamb's wool linen in the no-sew cube. Anyone that's interested, I will put details of everything I'm showing down below as well, in case I've forgotten anything. And if there's anything that I don't mention, just send me a message and I will answer you as soon as I can. Okay, so next we have a couple of cards. I actually made quite a few cards so far, which I'm really happy about, and we're talking Christmas cards. My first ever Christmas cards. Some of them have already been sent to England, because I have family over there, and my aim was to stitch a card for every member of my family this year, and then if I had extra time I wanted to stitch some for friends. So we'll see how that goes, but at this stage the family should be sorted. Fingers crossed. Okay, so the first card I did is Snowbirds, and this is a cute little design by Country Cottage Needleworks. Now I got this from the Just Cross Stitch 2013 Christmas Ornaments magazine. You can actually see it, I think it's on the cover. Yeah, it's on the cover just there. So theirs was an ornament, but I decided to turn mine into a card. So this is stitched on 16 count grey Aida, 2/1 with some French knots and back stitching. So it's quite simplistic, and that's the way I want it to be. I didn't want too much bling, you know, just nice Christmas card. I always put my little Made with Love at the back when I remember. Let people know it's a handmade card. And oh, and my Christmas cards I've been using the lovely Christmas embellishment pack that my wonderful friend Michelle sent me in the previous rack. So thank you again, Michelle. They've been going on to pretty much all my Christmas cards, some on the front, but every one of them has them on the inside. So thank you again for that. Okay, so the next card is called Festive Penguins with Lights, and this is a design by Rhonda Norrie, and I got this from the Cross Stitch Favourites magazine, Christmas 2014 edition. And they have a whole heap of little penguins there. One's got a star, one's got lights. I think there was one with a Christmas tree. But yeah, they're all different sorts, and just really love that for something different. This is done on 16 count white Aida and stitched 2/1. So in fact, this one I used anchor threads, so the anchor pearl threads. So I actually only used one strand, and I changed the font up the top to a nicer font that I found somewhere else in the magazine. So really cute. I like the penguin designs. Now the next finish is an anniversary sampler I did for my wedding anniversary. As I mentioned before, it was my wedding anniversary in November, and it was 25 years. I actually found this pattern on eBay a little while back, and I'd never seen anything like this before, and I knew I had a special wedding anniversary coming up this year, so I decided to purchase it. And it's called 7 Treasured Anniversaries, designed by Wendy Smith for Frame Craft. And this book features all of the major anniversaries stitched into little samplers, and they've put them either on, you know, with a mat board frame. I'm not sure whether they're cards or not, or some they've turned into lids for trinket boxes. And there's some more on the back. So of course my anniversary wasn't in there, unfortunately. They've got the silver, pearl, ruby, sapphire, gold, emerald and diamond. Now 25 years, I had to look it up, was actually emerald and white. So what I decided to do was to follow the emerald pattern. So that's it there. And as you can see, there's a lot of bronze. I didn't feel the colours really looked very emerald to me, so I made a lot of changes to this chart. The metallic that you can see is actually in gold. So this is my finish, and just excuse the framing because it's not pinned in, it's not laced in, it's just put into a ready-made frame. I do have to work on it, but for now, and sorry about the glare, and it's possibly even a little bit crooked. There it is in the frame, you can see better from a distance. I really liked the frame, so I will put that in there properly. So what did I change? Let me have a look. So I stitched this on 28 count antique white cashel linen. It's 2/2 back stitching and beads. Obviously I changed all the greens, so I used the DMC emerald colours. So to me they look more emerald. Anything that was yellow, they had a lot of yellow in the design, I changed to white. So you can see the emerald and the white of the actual anniversary definitely shows here. Platinum is also another colour for 25 years. So I used a platinum metallic in place of their gold. The backs, all the back stitching on the original design was in ecru, so I changed that to white. I also found a nice, well that's rather big, emerald stone there, and it does affect the framing a little bit, so I need to put something behind the mat board just so it doesn't touch the glass there. So the Krennic I used, there was Krennic in the design, and I changed it to DMC Light Effects E415, which is that platinum colour. But I have a list of all the changes I've made if anyone is interested, if anyone wants to know what colours I used. But I'm really happy with how that turned out, and hubby liked it too. So next one is another Christmas card, one that's gone off to England. It's called Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. It's by Valerie Danish, otherwise known as Val Stuff, and it was also from the Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornaments magazine, the 2013 edition, that one there, and that's the design there. Very cute. So I'll insert a picture here of mine. So I stitched mine, I wanted a similar colour material, so I stitched mine on 14 count tan Aida, 2/1 full crosses. And I used everything, I kept everything the same except I changed the elf's collar, the main elf in the middle, and I used Mo's Silk Banana, 2 strands to stitch that. And I also changed the font in Have Yourself a Merry Little. Wasn't real keen on that particular, I did stitch it originally and I didn't really like it. So I changed the font, and it was an Ursula Michaels Christmas card font that I found in another magazine. I changed that too. And I also didn't put the little buttons on the top of their hats there. I left those out because I felt I didn't really need it for a card. So as I said, that one's gone off to England, and that was really fun and cute to stitch. And next one is another Christmas card. It's gone off to England. I'll insert a picture here. This one's called Hot Cocoa, and this is a freebie online design by Sullivan's USA, Sullivan's Floss. I'll insert a link down below where you can obtain that. I stitched it on 14 count ecru Ada, 2/1, and back stitching. And I really like how the colours came out better than the actual printout showed. I think it's always good if you like a design, the way it looks, but then when it stitches up and the colours are more vibrant, it's even better. So that was a really nice one. I decided to send that one to England because in Australia we don't have hot chocolate or anything hot to drink over Christmas because the weather's too hot for us. So anything snow and heat related I've sent overseas because we just don't get that here, unfortunately. Next one is another card, Christmas card, also gone to England. This one is called Cozy Christmas Wishes by Lizzie Kate, and this was an online freebie, so I'll insert a picture here. This was stitched on 28 count natural linen, 2/2 full crosses, and really enjoyed stitching that. And I must admit, because when I downloaded the freebie, I don't think there was a picture of the finished design on the site. At least I didn't see one. I just printed off the pattern, and it looked to me like it was a cup with feet, like with shoes at the bottom of the cup. And it wasn't until I stitched it up that I realised that they were actually 2 cookies, 2 chocolate chip cookies. So that was really cute and a bit of a surprise when I stitched that. So as I said, that one's gone overseas as well. Okay, next one is a surprise for my sister. Pretty sure she doesn't watch my YouTube videos. She's too busy. So I'm going to show it. Hopefully she won't see it. Okay, this is an online freebie from a store called craftideas.com, and I did put a link up on my Instagram. There are a lot of freebies on that website, a lot of really, really cute patterns, and I have stitched up 2 of them, I think, so far. So really recommend you go and have a look at that site if you like stitching up free designs, and not just Christmas, there's something for all sorts on there. Anyway, I stitched this one because my sister recently achieved her dream and she went to Paris this year. And when I saw it, I knew I was going to stitch it for her. Okay, so translated, apparently this says Happy Christmas. And obviously it's the Eiffel Tower and it's a Christmas theme. So my idea was to stitch this for her and turn it into an ornament. And you will notice that I'm very close to the edge of the fabric there. And this fabric is like out of shape. It's the way it's been cut. It's not very good, but I'm going to do something with this. It's going to be a big ornament, so it might be more of a door plaque or something. I'm not sure yet, but I've got a month to figure it out. Less than a month now. Anyway, so I stitched this on 28 count raw natural linen. It only took me a couple of days, 4 days I think I've written down here. 2/2 full crosses and some back stitching. And as I said, freebie design, and it was really fun stitching the Eiffel Tower. Really quick. So I like that, and I think she's going to like it because I thought it'd be nice for her to have a memory of her Paris trip stitched by me. Oh, and I forgot to mention that's by Lewis Winston for DMC, so it looks like it's an original DMC design, and it's called Eiffel Tower. Now next one is going to be a little bit vague because I can't show you because I haven't finished it and it hasn't been received yet. This is going to be a present for someone special. I will tell you it's from this chart, Antique Floral Alphabets, and I'm not going to tell you what it is or who it's for. I will say that I stitched it on 28 count mushroom even weave, and I just hope that I can get that finished and she can get it before Christmas. So that's something I have to work on today, hopefully. So sorry about being vague with that one, but hopefully I'll show you that in January. Yeah, January's video, I suppose. Okay, so so far that's lots of little finishes and one big finish, Celtic Autumn, I have another big finish. And this one was a big sigh of relief finish for me. And this is my Save the Stitches Blackwork Journey project, or Blackwork Journey Save the Stitches project by Elizabeth Armand. And here we go. Hopefully the light's not going to shine it through too badly. Okay, I'm absolute full stretch. That is one massive design. Finish size, 14.3 inches by 29.3 inches. Give you an idea. So I started this on the 1st of January 2015 as a stitch along with the cross stitch and discuss 2 group, which is not number 2 anymore. Anyway, when I first started this, it was a weekly project and I was just trying to get as much done as I could each week. And then I got to the point where I wasn't enjoying it as much as my cross stitching. Blackwork is really nice, don't get me wrong, it's really fun, but I think I'm a cross stitcher through and through. So I worked out somewhere along the line, I can't remember where it was, but I worked out that if I completed 2 blocks each month, then by December this year it would be finished. And 2 blocks I was able to easily do within a week and still have some time left to do something else. So that was my plan. As I said, I can't remember when I did that. I think I was a few months in before I decided to do it that way. So I stuck to that. And as some of you will recall during my past videos, I had some terrible times. I had lots of unpicking and lots of not feeling the love. And anyway, towards the end, felt the love again. And thanks to the lovely D Stitcher, who encouraged me with her beautiful finish in November, encouraged me to keep going after my November block and just finish it. Because once I got to the end of November, I only had the 1 block to do, which is the one at the bottom. And I was going to leave it till December because I had all these cards to make. And I thought, you know what? It'd be really nice just to finish it and say, hey, it's done. So I did. So thank you, D. This is stitched on 25 count black Lugana. I'm going to do a separate video for this to show you exactly what I used, but I'll just tell you quickly here. So I used DMC 3760 for the main pattern, so 2 strands for the outer diaper patterns and 1 strand for the inner designs. I used DMC Light Effects for the metallics, which I wouldn't use again. Apart from the white, these were horrible to work with. Yeah, just didn't enjoy it at all. If I was to do this again, I would definitely use Petite Treasure Braid. So this is all I have left of the 1 skein. E3843. So as you can see, that's a pretty perfect match. Sorry, it should be on a card. I need to put that on a card now. I don't normally treat my metallics like that, only for this project. In the silver, I used Light Effects E317. 317, you see there? And that's all I have left. And for the white, which as I said was the only nice one to work with, I did not have any problems with it splitting, doing anything nasty to me whatsoever. It's a different feel to it. It's much coarser. So that's E5200. Hopefully you can see there. So as you can see, there's still a lot of metallics left over. I also got matching beads, as I wasn't sure whether to go with 1 colour bead or 3. I ended up going with the 3. So these are Mill Hill 03047. And for the silver, 02022. There's lots of those left. There wasn't as much silver beading. And for the white, 00479. So my inspiration for my colours was my AFL, Aussie Rules football team, which is Port Power here in Adelaide. We have two teams. We have the Adelaide Crows and we have Port Power. And you either go for one or you go for the other. And one pretty much hates the other. The rest of my family are Crow supporters. I'm Port Power, but there you go. Just love the colours. So their colours are black, teal, silver and white. So I think I pretty much represent the team quite well. Every colour shows on there. And the way I worked out the beads was, because there's not beading on every pattern. In fact, there's really not a lot of beading at all in this. But if the pattern had silver metallics and it needed a bead, then I put silver beads. If the pattern had white metallics and it needed a bead, I put white beads. So that's basically how I worked out what colour bead I put where. Because it's not specific on the actual design, Elizabeth used one colour of bead. As I said, I'll do a video talking about it a little bit more in depth for anyone that's interested. I will tell you that it took, excuse me, it took nearly 215 hours of stitching and beading 2 3/4 hours. Now the reason why the beading took so long was I don't recommend beading with invisible thread on black fabric at midnight. Big mistake. But I wanted to finish it. So what should have probably been a 1 hour job for beading took me nearly 3, because yeah, the lighting was bad on black fabric, invisible thread, crazy times, but it's done. It's done. How am I going to finish it? I've been asked a lot. I'm going to frame it because it's black. You can just see everything. I have 2 cats. I have a dog. There's always a lot of hair going in my house. Has been washed. Obviously, a lot of yellow came out of the black fabric, which I was surprised. A lot of yellow dye. But already I can see hairs on it again. It's just the type of thing it is. And I think if I put it into a wall hanging, that would drive me nuts, because I'd just always be able to see the hair. So it's going to be framed and protected, and I'm going to enjoy seeing that up on the wall. So again, another project for 2016. That will probably be my first framing project, I think, because this was a big achievement for me. My first ever black work. I'm very proud of it. Would I do it again? No. Would I recommend it to others? Yes. If you've never done black work before, I wouldn't recommend starting this particular design. It's massive. And if you don't like it, then you've wasted a lot of material, a lot of resources. Elizabeth Arman has a lot of freebie designs on her website. I suggest, if something that you might be interested in, try those out. You know, do a couple of those first and fall in love with black work, like a lot of people do, and then commit to this. Would I recommend stitching it on black? If you've never worked on black before, no. I've worked on black several times. It's always a challenge, but this was a big challenge. Yeah, with dark colours, you really need to make sure you have a light shining through underneath. I have my iPad mini. I always made sure it was on a very bright screen like this, had it right underneath my fabric, and I'm lucky I have a plug right next to me so I can make sure it didn't go flat, but that kept the light and enabled me. But anyway, I'll go into all that in the next video on this one. I said I wasn't going to ramble too much, but I'm already doing it. So that's it for that one. Okay, so next one is another Christmas card. Yay! This one is called Trim a Tree, and it's by Jackie Hendricks, and it's from that site that I mentioned before, that free site called craftideas.com. And look, you know, my cards aren't anything special. They're pretty basic. I'm still new. I'm still very new at making cards. To me, it's all about the stitching. But I love this little design. I'm going to get in close. Can you see the leaves of the tree? They are Rhodes heart stitches. If you turn it up that way, you can see that they're actual love hearts. But the designer of this chart was very clever and did them upside down so they look like leaves on a tree. I love that. So, as well as Rhodes hearts, there are Smyrna crosses, which are done in metallics and DMC. And there's back stitching, and then there's also beading. And it's my first time actually doing string beading. That's fun. Enjoyed doing that. This one was a little bit tricky. So I just put them on the string and then I put in stitches afterwards to hold them in place. And the fabric's not on that card very straight. That was a little bit hard to get on there. But hopefully the person will look past that and look at the actual design. This was stitched on 32 count off-white Belfast linen. And apart from the specialty stitches, it was stitched 2/2. So that was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed that. And for a free design, that's pretty awesome. Next Christmas card is a design that I modified. In my last WIP update video, I showed this particular chart called Simply Christmas by Waxing Moon Designs. And because I really wanted a nice Santa to put on a card. And then I saw this and thought, well, the Santa's too little on his own. So I grabbed the Santa, I grabbed the tree, and I grabbed a present, and I put them together. And there it is. Isn't that cute? For something with no back stitching, I thought that was really, really, you know, had a lot of detail to it. This is stitched on 14 count tan Ada, and I did this 3/1, and I love the coverage. 3/1 is so much better for 14 count for me, because I'm a tight stitcher. So 14 count, there's always a few little gaps, but that was really, really good. What did I change? So this is my first Waxing Moon designs that I've ever stitched. And I changed the star at the top of the tree. I did that in Petite Treasure Braid, PB01. And I stitched the whole thing in DMC Alternatives, because Waxing Moon Designs, they use Weeks, Gentle Art threads. And yeah, I didn't have any of those. So I changed it all to DMC, and I'm really happy with that. I think he's a really cute Santa. So again, all my embellishments are on the inside. Like, I haven't written on this one, so you can see. They're cute. That's thanks to Michelle. She gave me those. I'm going to have to get some more of those for next year because I've used most of them. Okay. We're still going. Still going with all these finishes. Next, another cottage. Right, this one is November Cottage. Look at that. That was a lot of fun. Love stitching all these leaves in the different colours. Although, look, I've done my whole series in DMC. I really think these leaves will look gorgeous in the variegated threads. But I can't remember if I've said before, stitching the variegated threads, sometimes the variegation just isn't there for me. And I can only buy them online. So that's why I opt for DMC a lot of the time, because I don't want to spend all that money and then it arrives and then you just don't even notice the colour change. And then I can't wash it either. So it's a double whammy. So if I had a store here where I could go and choose my variegation, then I would definitely do it. Having said that, I've just bought some Weeks Style Works, which I'll show you later. But luckily, that's all variegated. But anyway, so this ribbon needs fixing. Got that. Oh, look, I've broken it. Oh, now it needs fixing even more. That was in my stash, which was perfect colour. The green fabric was also in my stash. And look, the ribbon's not even tight. So I have to fix this whole thing. But this I got to match. And every colour that was in my Spotlight store for autumn was either too orange or too brown. This is the perfect terracotta colour. So really love that one. It was a lot of fun. That actually didn't take long to stitch that one up at all. So enjoyed that. And in case you missed it, a little turkey there. He's cute. And the last two, I'm not actually counting them as two finishes because they are so small. They're actually just a little Christmas card, but they're so small that I've counted them as A and B. So the two I'm counting as one finish because it's just unfair to count them as a finish. But they were done from the red threads. I'm not going to show you what they are until they're received, which won't be till next year. But they were stitched with Anchor Red Pearl and Petite Treasure Braid Gold. So hopefully the ladies that receive those will enjoy them because they are personalised, which is always nice. So that's it. That's the end of that pile. That's job number 1. All right, let's move on. So let's talk WIPs. Let's talk what I've worked on, not including the finishes, but what I've worked on and currently working on October, November and December. So first one is my Sugar and Spice Christmas stocking. I'll insert a picture of last time I showed it to you. Okay, so this is it now. And I only worked on this for 6 days total during October and November. I managed to, this is such a big thing for me to do because if you remember, as I said, I haven't touched this since my daughter was like 3. So this is like a 15-year-old project, my one and only UFO, but it does feel good to be working on it. But it's such a big thing to work on because I have to fill in all the 3/4 stitches, which I only initially did as a 1/4 stitch. And I tried doing a back stitch over the top, but it just still looks too empty. So I have to finish off all the 3/4 stitches and then do all the back stitching. It's a big job. So I started in the corner and I decided to work my way up. So I've started here and I've worked all the way up here. I've done the dolls, which look a bit funny. I had to give Raggedy Ann some more hair because it didn't look enough. And working up to the window with the light. And it's got the lace curtain over there. So a hell of a lot to do. Is it going to get finished by this Christmas? Not unless there's a miracle. No. And if it doesn't, that's okay. It will come out again next Christmas. And it will be in my Christmas WIP pile until it is finished. Guaranteed. Because I don't plan on having any more UFOs anymore. I'm going to move it to the WIP 2 for December because it has been WIP number 1, the first week in December. So I'm moving it to WIP 2 so that I can actually work on that as much as possible in December, and then as I said, I'll put it away until next year. Next WIP is my Heaven and Earth designs. Guess what? I didn't work on it at all. Nothing for October, nothing for November. There you go. She still looks the same. That's sad. But that's how I got all those cards done. It's no miracle. I didn't stitch on everything and then wave a magic wand and get all those other finishes done. I actually had to sacrifice. And I sacrificed her because she's a long project. She's gonna take another year probably to get her finished, the rate I'm going. So I decided I've got to get these cards done. They were a priority for me this year. So unfortunately she was sacrificed. But I shall stitch on her again very soon. I'll do some stitching on her in December. So yeah. Okay, WIP number 4 is my 'Twas the Night by Sue Hillis Designs, and I'll insert a picture here of last time you saw it. Okay, and this is where we are now. So all the lettering is done. The poem is all complete. And I've begun work. As you can see at the bottom there, I did start on the border. Unpicked what I had started. I did mention last time that it was yellow and it just looked wrong. So I tried a double row of metallics here, PBO1 and looks like PBO3, 2 strands of each. Decided that as nice as it is to be blingy, I think it was just too blingy. Didn't want it to take away from the poem. And you know, there's a lot of holly as well. So last night I used 3821 DMC and Petite Treasure Braid PBO1, and I did the border. So I only used 1 strand of the PBO1 and it gives it just enough bling to be nice, because the fabric, I don't know if it shows very well, but the fabric is sparkly as well. And I'm really happy with how those colours go together. It looks gold, it looks festive. I did purchase 4 different shades of Petite Treasure Braid Gold, and it was really hard to choose which one, but I'm happy with it. So last night I was really hoping to get the holly back stitched there, but it was 2 AM and I was tired, so I had to go to bed. So the corner on this side is almost a replica of this side, not quite, and then there's more holly down the bottom. So this one probably will not get finished before Christmas, which is sad because I was hoping that it would do, but that's okay. I might still work on it after Christmas because I'd like to see it done and have it hanging up for next year. So we'll see what happens. I have a lot of plans for next year. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. Alright, so that's it for what I've been working on, October and November, and all the finishes. I just want to show you something I haven't shown you all year, and that's my Ort jar and how full it is. It's a pretty decent size jar. Put a pen up against it. Alright, so pretty decent jar, and trust me, they are packed in there pretty solid. So these will go into my 2 Christmas ornaments. I'm doing 2 this year. One that I do for my dad, and I decided to do one for Mum as well. And Mum doesn't know, which she's going to now. Oh well. Okay, so I've got some amazing racks to show you from 4 amazing ladies who I can't thank enough. So we're going to start with the beautiful birthday card that I got from Claire Pyrex Stitches, which she showed in her video as well. This is my first ever birthday card that has been cross-stitched, which is amazing. I absolutely love it. It is perfect for me. It's a sewing machine. I love to sew, and I don't know how well it's going to show on there, but Claire has incorporated silk threads. So she's got some pink Mose silk in the sewing machine, and the green for the cotton reel at the top, and the yellow for the flowers. And it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Love the card, love the back trim, love everything about it. Thank you so much, Claire. I'm going to treasure this forever. It's beautiful. Can't believe I finally got a stitched card. And it was the highlight for the month of October because, as I said, it was a crappy month. So thank you again, Claire. And the next beautiful rack came all the way from England from my Facebook friend Susan. Thank you so much, Susan, for your generosity. It's the perfect gift. You know me very well, obviously, from watching my videos. I got a beautiful card, and it's sparkly. And all this. So Susan has put in 2 of these fantastic project envelopes. I love these. I haven't seen these here in Australia. I have seen you guys show them off on your videos, but I don't know if we sell them here, but they are fantastic. I'm definitely going to use these. So inside, there are some gorgeous little books with little card making designs, Christmas cards and all sorts. I've looked through all of these and they're all fantastic. And they also came with Madeira threads, and I've already started using those two. So lovely. And in the other pouch, which is slightly bigger, some more books. This one is for cards for different occasions. Very handy. And I really think this is cute. Margaret Sherry alphabet. So it's a teddy bear alphabet. So cute. It's really big. Love that. And this is a booklet by Rico Design. I don't know if I've spelt that right, but it's a Nordic Christmas booklet. There are some gorgeous designs in here. This is a really nice booklet. I'm going to show you. And unfortunately, I'm not going to get any of these made for this year, but I think I would be putting some on my wish list for next year. Look at those. So a bit closer so you can see. Is that one? They are beautiful. This is all full colour, glossy pages. To show the charts. Little snowman there. How cute is this booklet? How have I never seen this before? It's got the chart in the back. I love how they finished them off in these little banners. That one. Be nice to have that on your table. I'd be too scared. Someone will slop something on it and then I'd scream, I stitched that! You wrapped it! I'd have to laminate it so it didn't get wrecked. Look at these. That's gorgeous. Yeah, one of my kids, they would slop tomato sauce on there or something that stains. Beetroot. And even the charts, the part that has gold, it's all shiny. This is a real quality booklet. And the rest I can't show you. That is gorgeous. That was my favourite booklet out of everything. I loved everything though. Susan, it's absolutely fantastic. And then if that wasn't enough, she's put in some beautiful threads, some DMC variegated threads to add to my collection. Those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and some self-cover buttons. I can make some needle minders from those. And some pretty little embellishments. How cute are they? Look at this, a watering can. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Susan. I know you think the gift is very small. I didn't think it was very small. I thought it was perfect. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And then next I received another gift from my wonderful friend Michelle. Some more of these gorgeous silk threads. Michelle, what are you doing to me? And to everyone else, because they're all dying on the other side of this screen, I'm sure. So I've pulled them all out because I've started using them, and I'm going to show you right at the end what I've used them on. But everything was put in these gorgeous little bags. I love these little bags. They're so cute. They're so amazing, Michelle. Alright, so I'm going to show you these colours. Let me just take them out of the bags first because I wasn't very well prepared. because I had so much to show you today, and I couldn't possibly get it all out ahead of time, could I? No, I could have, but I didn't. Okay, here we go. Oh, I just love how these feel. Look at this. It's apricot and lemon. So amazing. This one's like a light mocha and lemon. Don't know what the names are. It's the only thing. Grace, I need to know the names. I bet they've got beautiful names. This one, lime, hint of aqua, and it's not yellow, but it's a greeny yellow. And then lilac, different shades of lilac. I know you guys are loving all these. I saved my two favourites till last. This one, I'll show you that one last because it doesn't look as nice anymore. Right, so this one I love. There's teal and purple and green and oh, I can't even describe the colours. They are gorgeous. And this one, look, it doesn't look pretty anymore. It is pretty, but I've used it. This is, I think Michelle called it trying to be a rainbow. Look at that. Sorry, you can see where I've cut it and tried to get it back looking nice, but I couldn't. And then, so all those beautiful colours. And then she sent me, you've been watching my videos, Michelle, sent me some beautiful blue ribbon. She can't see very well. I don't want to take off the plastic, but it's blue with little white polka dots. And a bag of beads. I love my beads. And now I have another use for beads. My new obsession. So, Michelle, stop sending me these beautiful silk threads. I feel so guilty every time you send them. It must cost you a fortune. Thank you so much. I'm just so incredibly grateful for all of my gifts. These are stunning. But I did read that you are hopeful to have these up on a website for sale soon. So I hope that is still going to happen because everyone needs these. You know you do. They are beautiful. And I can't wait for everyone to experience what I'm experiencing right now. Stunning. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much. And lastly, our amazing friend Teresa, Little Stitcher, who's very naughty, happened to show in one of her videos a DMC floss book that she purchased. And I just happened to ask her the question, what was that floss book called? Because I really wanted to buy one. I've been wanting it for a while. And I've only seen them online where it's the actual printed booklet. And I didn't want the printed booklet. I wanted the one with the swatches of the real floss. Anyway, we were chatting, but she didn't actually respond. Next thing I get in the mail, Teresa sent it to me. How amazingly generous. You ladies, all four of you ladies, are amazingly generous. This is fantastic. I still don't really know what it's called. It just says Creative World DMC, made in France, and then it mentions the type of threads that are in there. Oh, here we go. Colour card. W100A. If anyone is looking to buy it, that's it. I don't think 123 Stitch sell it. I saw it in England, but England's quite expensive for us Aussies to purchase from. Everything's a lot more expensive over there. So I'm going to show you what this is. Are you ready? I don't think my arms are long enough. Look, see, you can't even see it all. Let's go. Ready? That's the entire DMC collection. that they are the actual threads. It's not print, it's the actual thread. You touch it and it's cotton. Absolutely fantastic. They're not in numerical order, they're in colour order, which is what DMC does. This is amazing for me because I'm needing to match colours up now for designs, and this saves me a trip to the shop. In the back portion, in the back portion is the variegated threads, and then you have the metallics, the pastels. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I love it. If you get the chance to purchase one of these, do it. I'm sure you'll love it. This is awesome. And this is something you have forever. And it all just folds back into a book, and you can store it away. Easy. Thank you so much, Teresa. You're so naughty. You never told me you were doing that. I love it. I love it to bits. Thank you. So as I said again, thank you so much, all four ladies. You are amazing, and touch me. Now, as I mentioned before, my stash has only been possible. I said I wasn't going to buy anything else, but I have been starting to kit up for projects for next year. So of course that's essential. And it was made possible by my casino win, which was a huge shock, but wonderful. All right, so my hand-dyed fabrics by Stephanie Fabric of the Month Club, which sadly I have now stopped doing. The reason being, it's wonderful. I love it. The prices are great. The fabrics are awesome. Unfortunately, I haven't used any of them yet. And it was getting to the point where I was looking at the fabrics and trying to choose designs to suit the fabrics. And I'm not that kind of person. I'm not that kind of stitcher. I look for a project and then I look for a fabric to suit it. And I think I'm still a boring mushroom Lugana kind of girl. I love these coloured fabrics, but they're going to take particular designs to stitch on them. So this one is Thornhaven. Now, I'm not a lover of green. I like that. I really like it. So, yes, I do intend on using these, as I said, but it needs to be something that I want to stitch anyway. And then I look through my fabrics and think, yes, that fabric is perfect for it. So it was just becoming a cost that I could use elsewhere each month. So I bit the bullet and I cancelled my subscription, sadly. But instead, I will go on to Stephanie's website and Colour Cascades and choose fabrics, hand-dyed fabrics to suit whatever it is I want to stitch. Okay, next I ordered my first ever order from Nordic Needle. That was fun. It was great. As far as shipping and customer service, they are spot on. All right, exactly the same as 123 Stitch. I ordered this the day after I ordered one from 123 Stitch, and actually arrived the day after my 123 Stitch order. So 7 to 10 working days for Aussies. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. This time of year, probably a bit longer. I've noticed my last 123 Stitch order was not shipped straight away. It took about 5 days. But I think that's because there were a couple of items that they were waiting on. So only one thing I'm disappointed about with this order, which I'll show you in a minute. So I had to order some Petite Treasure braid. And I ordered several different golds for my Twas the Night so I could see which one I wanted to work with. And it's really awful choosing colours online because you just don't know what you're going to get. So anyway, I got 2 PBO ones and 2 PBO 3s. You see the difference? One's a real gold. That's bright gold and that's gold. And then the next one is PB26. I ordered 2 of these as well. This is Aztec gold. So you see the 3 differences? Who would have thought there's so many? And you know, there's more golds. They have even more golds in their collection, but I decided not to confuse myself too much. I also got a PB04 silver and a PB42, which is, what colour is that? Autumn orange. And I can't remember what I got that for, but it's there. I've got it now. Now, I didn't get these from my normal eBay seller that I ordered my last Petite Treasure braid from, because Nordic Needle was selling the colour card for Petite Treasure braid. And I thought, oh, if I actually had the colour swatches in front of me, I'd know exactly what colour I want to purchase next time. Because as I said, no one here in Australia or in Adelaide sells this stuff where it's, well, nowhere close anyway, and has the entire selection. So, look what I got. This is a colour card. This cost me $16.75 US. Pretty good, I thought. It's still in the plastic. You see there? All the colours. Can you see this? This is the only thing that was wrong. I was a bit upset. The plastic has a little cut in it. Someone's cut it, which has then cut the threads. So I just need to, I want to keep the plastic on. I just need to get in there and put a little bit of sticky tape in there or something, I think, because that bugs me. I'm a bit of a neat freak. That bugs me. Anyway, this, and it's already saved my life because I'm kitting up for projects for next year, one of which has a lot of metallic in it, and it is charted for DMC light effects, and I don't like them. Sorry if anyone does. I do not like DMC light effects. So I've been able to, I took this into my Lincraft store, took it with me. I grabbed the DMC light effects that was on the chart and I matched it up to the relevant one on here. So I can now order my Petite Treasure braid and slowly get a collection going for these, which is fantastic. And I thought $16.75 wasn't much, really. That's just going to save me a lot of time. It folds a bit funny. Don't really know how to fold that properly. I think it folds that way. Yeah, it folds that way. But yeah, so I thought I'd share that with you. First ever Nordic Needle purchase. So that was good. And as I said, if anyone wants one of those, it's called Colour Card and the item number is 15059A. So I will put details for that down below. Next are some eBay purchases. So someone on eBay was selling a Lizzie Kate kit, set of designs. So yes please, I have those. First one is an out of production, and I thought this was so cute, and it's called Big Girl Panties. Put on your big girl panties and deal with it. I say that to my daughter a lot. Comes with the little buttons, and it comes with the fabric, which is a very light lavender. It's cute. Next one is Warm Memories, Christmas design for next year, or the year after, or the year after. We'll see. Next one, Merry Little Bird. And this came with a little ready-made bird. So you stitch, and the little beads, buttons. Oh, both beads and buttons. So you stitch on each side of that. This one's called Tiny Tidings, and it comes with 3 little designs. So that was cute. Really have to stop growing my Christmas list. Too many. Okay, Santa's wish list. And we all know Lizzie Kate, just so quick to stitch. So who knows, one of those might get done between now and Christmas. I don't have a plan for it, but sometimes things sneak in under the radar and they get stitched. I also got this one. This is by the Prairie Schooler. I don't like all of their designs, but some of them do speak to me. This one is Summer Sampler, and I liked this one. So I already have one of theirs, which is all 4 of the seasons, but I quite like this one, so might have to try and get the other 3 of that. And then, oh, this was Prairie Schooler, and these others were all part of a lady on Gumtree that was selling off her patterns. Unity Birdhouses by Leisure Arts. I like birdhouses. I've always liked them. And Hummingbead Heaven. My notes are falling down. I need my notes. Okay. Hummingbead Heaven by Just Nan. And I like this one. This one looks very spring for me, and Easter. There's a little bunny there. He's cute. So I might have to do that one as an Easter sampler next year. And it's really nothing to it. It's just some specialty stitches and nice quick one, I think. This one is Floral Welcome by Cross My Heart. I really like this in that this is the same design, but it shows you how it looks with black stitching in Welcome or with white stitching. I think it's the same. Yeah, and also the background's different. So the black stitching's done on a white background and the white stitching's done on the black background. It gives a different effect. Very pretty. And this one I just got because I was curious. Coffee and Tea House Samplers. So let's get a bit closer. So if you like your coffee and your tea, it's quite a good one. It's by True Colours, and they do lovely charts. They're all full colour, very easy to follow. So that was my random purchases. And then actually, before I get into my 1, 2, 3 stitch, I bought these recently from a lovely lady on eBay that has just closed her shop. She's in Australia, so I think she's only selling to Australians, and she was selling a lot of charts and hand-dyed threads. Anyway, she had some Weeks Dye Works on her site for $2.50, which is a great price because I mean, $2.30 in USA, and then you have to pay conversion, then you have to pay postage, and her $2.50 included postage. So I decided to stock up. She didn't have all the colours, but I decided to stock up on the colours that I needed for projects for next year. So I'll go through them quickly. Okay, so we have Fawn. There's 2 of those. And we have Straw. And Hazelnut. So I'm really happy with the variegation in these. Her photos were beautiful. I could see that there was variegation, which is why I ordered them. Havana. Ivy. Pecan. There's a couple of those. Peony, which I used to pronounce peony. And I actually heard someone on the radio the other day pronounce it peony, and I went, oh, it's not right. My lovely friends, my lovely YouTube friends told me it's peony. Romance, that's pretty. Raspberry, like that too. I like the winter type colours. Teal Frost. Copper. There's about 6 of these that aren't for kitting up, but they're for my stash. Gold. Because you know what, you never know when you're going to need some Weeks Dye Works. Whiskey. Can't remember if I've done that one already. Whiskey. No, that's the second whiskey. Sky. Twilight. Terracotta, and last but not least, Carrot. So that was an awesome purchase. I actually have a couple more coming because she actually miscounted and there was a couple missing. And she put up some Lizzie Kate, no, not Lizzie Kate, Country Cottage Needleworks patterns. And I jumped on them as well. So they will be coming next week. So they'll be in the next video. Now 1, 2, 3 stitch. You ready? Oh, massive. This is part 1. Part 2 should be coming this week, and then I have to do another order, which hopefully will get here before Christmas. Alright, just kidding up, as I said. So we have my final purchases for Country Cottage Needleworks Cottage of the Month series. And they are January. And this one I'm excited. February. How pretty is that? Oh, love that. And March, which I've already got my fabric picked out for, which is going to go fantastic with that. Not stitching fabric, which I have for all of them, but the fabric I use on the back of the cube. London, Country Cottage Needleworks, and I have purchased Paris. That's coming very soon as well. It'll be coming the next order, but had to do London, okay, because of that's where my family live, London. All right, I got the, what are these called? I don't know. DMC Diamond Metallic Threads. Ta-da! These are the new metallic threads by DMC. They're 35 meters long, 72% viscose, 28% polyester. They're $2.49 each on 1, 2, 3 stitch. They're really quite nice. All right, they, in my mind, I think they're better than Krennic, but they do split. Can you see that? That's the end. It's not focusing. And it's already splitting. That's the number one problem with metallics. The splitting is annoying, but it is strong. It's nice. It's nicely woven. I've already started using it on my new project. And I like it. I like it a lot. So I got the light silver and dark silver. So there's the difference. And this is unwinding on me. Light gold and dark gold. So happy with those. I will be using those in future projects. Nothing organised just yet. They were just a trial purchase. I wanted to see what they were like, and at that price I thought it was quite good. Okay. Let me just get this out of the bag. What have we got? I've got a list because I found that when I place an order from 1, 2, 3 stitch, when it arrives, sometimes there's things in there, especially fabric, that I think, what did I buy that for? So now I make a list, and then when it arrives, and then before I put it away, because I have to show you guys, I pop the list in the bag, so then I don't forget. Okay. Number 1 on my list. Mirabilia Roses of Provence. Now you've all seen Teresa Little Stitcher stitching this. My mum has chosen this design for me to stitch for her next year. So I'm unsure whether this is going to be January 1st start or whether it's going to be a December start. I haven't decided, but I have everything now for it. The fabric I purchased was a shot in the dark because, yeah, you know, ordering fabric online. I bought 32 count Sprite Lugana. And this is a it tell me? Can't think who makes it. Is it Picture This Plus? I think it is. I can't remember. And this is a big piece. This is 26 by 35. For that. Can't even see it all. It's massive. This is a big Mirabilia. And it's 32 count. So there it is better there. So I think I wanted something, because she's got pink in there, but I wanted something to bring out the lavender in her dress. So Mum agreed. She said, I trust your judgment. Do whatever you think. To be honest, I wanted to do it on a mushroom Lugana. But we decided something pretty. Something, but not something too dark to take away from the design. So, for her, these aren't all for her. There's some extra for something else. But there's a whole heap of DMC. Mainly for her. There are lots of beads. 02035. That's a pretty colour. You know what? Some of them said 2 packets. And for the ones that didn't, I still bought 2 packets. Why did I do that? Because I ran out last time. 02036. 02048. 42030. Now look, I just want to show you, I've just noticed there, you look at those two, the packet at the top has more beads than the one at the bottom. Now that's probably where I went wrong with Celtic Autumn. So I'm not sure, these are supposed to weigh 1.6 grams. There is definitely more in that top one. So yes, disappointing. And then there's some treasures. And I've never bought treasures before. So that was exciting. So we have 13005. How well you can see them. There you go. And 13062. I had to get 2 of those. They're little pink treasures. Sorry if you can't see these very well. And 13063. So they're going to be fun to stitch the treasures. And there's some Krennic in that. Where's my Krennic? It was in, oh there it is. 150V, which I could have swapped out for PTB, but I didn't have my chart. I might still do that. Now, as well as all that, I purchased a couple of buttons. I've got 2 Christmas ornaments that I'm stitching, which I'll show you in a minute. So a couple of buttons for those, 1 for each. A project for next year. This is DMC 28 count tie-dyed Monaco even weave Lugana. Now I put this up on my Instagram. This looks very similar to mushroom Lugana. Okay, there's mushroom Lugana. It's just slightly darker. And it's not soft, it's a bit thicker fabric. I'm confused because I thought Monaco and Lugana were different things, and someone has said to me that Lugana is I don't know, one's cotton blend. So why does it say Monaco and Lugana on the same thing? That's a bit, I don't know, that really confused me. So that's for a project for next year. And what's this one for? This one might just be a spare, I think, but 28 count mushroom lagana. I always have some of this in my stash. So I think I have 2 of these now. So that's it. That doesn't look like a lot there. That was pretty expensive, let me tell you. As I said, I have another 1, 2, 3 stitch order arriving this week, and I have to order a whole heap of petite treasure braid for a project for next year, so that's going to be exciting. Looking at about 15 cards for that. Alright, so quickly move along. This is getting on this video. What am I stitching in December? I'm going to be doing my 'Twas the Night Suculus designs, my Heaven and Earth design, mini bath time, my Christmas stocking, December Cottage, 1st of December I shall be starting that one, and then on the 13th of December I will be doing 2 Christmas ornaments, one in memory of Dad and one for Mum. So this one will be Dad's, Christmas cheer, a Country Cottage Needleworks. It's very cute. See the little star? So I showed you before. So I'm going to put the star on there. And this one's for Mum. This is called Be Merry. And she has the little holly ornament down there. And I'm stitching those on 32 count opalescent Belfast linen, which is the same as my, this is a leftover scrap actually from my 'Twas the Night. It's beautiful fabric, this. Love it. Love the sparkle through it. And because I have a spare spot in my rotation, because I finished Save the Stitches early, I thought I'd better finish my husband's present, which is Gilligan's Island. I haven't worked on this for ages, so there's only a few more of them to go, and then I'll get that finished up in a frame or something for him. So the plan is to finish that and then, I don't know, work on something else in December. Now, I had something that I mentioned at the beginning, a new obsession. And this is all thanks to my beautiful friend Michelle, who sent me the beautiful silk threads. Michelle sent me an email and mentioned a thing called Prick and Stitch. Now, this is a way of making cards and actually stitching on the card themselves. You don't stitch on fabric, you stitch on the card. So I'm going to show you what it is. These are you can get free designs. There's a few websites, I'll link them down below, and they have free designs, but then they obviously have cards that you can purchase. And I have gone nuts, all right? Since Michelle sent this to me, in one day, I made 4 Christmas cards. I've made 5 cards in total, and I can't get enough. I love it. It's a great way to use metallics, silk threads, beads. The limit your imagination. They are a fraction of the time to cross-stitch a card. And I think they just look beautiful. I absolutely adore it. You might not feel the same. I might just be the only person. Oh, I'm not. Michelle loves them. So there's 2 of us. I just love these. All right, so this is what you'll see like on the website. This is one of their free designs. This is a Christmas tree. And so they show you what the finished look is. They have a coloured image on the website as well, but that part doesn't print out. So it's the finished design. And then there's instructions. And then there's further instructions on how to do it. There's tutorials on YouTube as well. And this is the actual card. I only just cut 2 off, but so what you do is you place this over a piece of card. So piece of card, place that over the top, and you get something sharp. I've got an actual tool for this, but you can use a pin, a hat pin or something like that. And it's a good idea to paper clip it in place to stop it from moving. And you punch the holes out, all right? Wherever the holes are on the card, and you punch them out. And then when you remove the paper, you'll have holes on your card. And a good tip I read is to put it up to the light to make sure you've punched all your holes, because you don't want to remove it and then realise you've missed some holes, and then you've got to try and line it up again. Anyway, so what am I going on about? You haven't even seen what it looks like. This is the first card I made. And this is a freebie design, and it's a butterfly. Isn't it cute? Now these are using the beautiful silk threads from Michelle, the pink and purple. And this one's got beads. Beads look a little bit messy because you can't cross stitch them on. You can only go like in a back stitch with them. But you know, that's all part of the feel of the card. That one at the top is not sitting very good. What I did with this one, this was my first one. I just made up a 3-fold card and I stitched it directly into the middle, and then I folded the side over and covered up the back. But with the others, I've just, and I'll show you what they look like at the back in a minute, but the others I've just stitched on white card, and then I'm going to mount them onto a card so it almost looks like it's framed. So that was the first one. Then the one that I just showed you, the free one here, this is it. So this one is done with metallics. This is Krennic. This is all I had in my stash. So Krennic there, and this green is actually the thread that Susan sent me. It's the Madeira metallic thread. So just one strand. It's quite thick, that stuff. So, and using their directions, you just follow the guide. So you ready for the back? All you do is you sticky tape it. You sticky tape it where you start, you sticky tape it where you finish. If you run out of thread, you sticky tape it, then you start again. It's easy. Next one I did, another little Christmas tree. Some of these are free, some aren't. So the first two I've shown you were free. This one was free. So this one I used Mo's silk because it was the closest thing I had to green in a silk that wasn't variegated. And I used, that is a Krennic gold and a Krennic terracotta or something down the bottom. So just what I had in my stash. This one was really, this one, it was interesting on how to get the shape. But these are so quick to stitch. This one I love. Now I purchased this one. Did I purchase it? I can't remember now. I've bought quite a few, so I can't remember what's free and what I bought. And you can just stitch them in whatever colour you want. So I used, these are all Michelle's silks. So you can see all the variegation there. They show through beautifully. And then I used gold. This was a different gold. This was, I think this was the DMC new one that I showed you. So, and there's the back of that one. It's a mess, but who sees it? Only you guys. And this one's my favourite. I definitely bought this one. Isn't that gorgeous? Again, using Michelle's beautiful silk threads. And I used the silks up the top as well. And there's the back. So just, you know, 4 cards in one day. I could never cross stitch 4 cards in one day. They didn't take that long. And they're addictive. Very, very addictive. As I said, I've bought quite a few, and they've got cards on there for all seasons, like for any event. If someone's having a baby, if someone's moving house, all the reasons that you would buy a card. And they're pretty reasonably priced. They were £1 UK. So, and you can buy value packs where you get 6 cards for the price of 5. So yeah, lots of fun. I hope you look into those, and I hope you enjoy stitching them as much as I do. So I think that is it for me. Oh, I finally got through it all, and a massive mess. So next video will probably be about my plans for 2016 once everything arrives for that. So I actually have something physical to show you. And I think that's it. I got that feeling, you know, that feeling that you've forgotten something. I tried to write down everything that I needed to show you all. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything. Anyway, so thank you all again for watching. Again, apologies for missing last month and for making this video so long, because now it's, you know, 2 months of viewing. Wish you all a very good stitching month for the month of December, and I will be back to see you all again soon. Thanks again for liking, commenting and subscribing. Love reading all the comments, and I will catch up with replying to them all, I promise. So thank you guys, and I will see you all again next month. Bye for now.